This is the man we're talking about today. Take a look at him and guess what he did wrong. Having trouble? Here's a hint.
Truly more sus than a character from Among Us. First off, he was accused of sexually abusing and grooming minors.
You are absolutely right, Ajay. We found this out when Disclosed TV tweeted out, new Fortnite streamer RaulZito has been arrested over allegations involving 2 children, ages 10 to 14. Baron Zaragan then expands on this when he says, he talked to kids via Instagram and promised offers of jobs on games live streams saying he worked for a TV, which indeed he did, but they fired him after news of arrest. He did live streams with kids around him. He targeted 10 to 14-year-old kids. Nick responds by saying, why do they always look like that? CV21 says, he's in Brazil and their prisons are, beyond nightmarish. He will not live long. Saturn says, 35-year-old playing video games with pink beard and blue hair doesn't give it away much. Lou replies with an image that says, in nature, poisonous creatures will develop bright colors to warn others of their toxicity. Grassburn says, grown man, dyed hair, dyed beard, plays video games. Tough to spot the signs, TBF. Broman responds, many grown men still play video games, but the huge influencers, especially ones like these, are cause for alarm. The gaming world is full with sick grooming fucks. I see it all the time and call it out. Sadly, it's normalized for them. Grassburn responds, grown men playing video games with their own kids equals fine. Grown men playing video games without their own kids equals mandatory hard drive check. It's for the best in my opinion. Pig Knight says, be careful, the enemy stand user will try to blend in. Enemy stand user, showing a guy with a bright orange outfit. JH says, I'ma keep it real with you, chief. The fact that the convicted pedophile also happened to be a huge fan of something that's marketed to children does not surprise me. Political Satire says, Biden's Fortnite. Jay himself says, lol, his Instagram is all with kids, showing a picture of him with a kid. Pain and Suffering responds by saying, that MF looks so uncomfortable, holy shit. Blair White says, what a shocker. I would never think someone who looks like that would do such a thing. Ian Miles Chung says, in case anyone's wondering, yes, he's a woke male feminist trans ally person, showing an image of him with a shirt that says, love has no gender, religion, sexuality, body, color, and apparently to him no age limit as well. Stone Toss Comics responds to this by showing a picture of his comic that starts with a picture of a snake and a narrator saying, in nature, predators often camouflage themselves from prey, like the copperhead, or the trapdoor spider, and others, and then shows a picture of a male feminist. Radio Star reacts to this with an image of another news tweet that says, man with machete tattoo on face accused of machete attack. Ricky Berwick responds to the news by saying this,
not fucking surprised.
Young Crip reacts to the situation with this Twitter video.
How unbelievable and shocking. This is truly a surprise. If only there had been some sort of warning signs that this guy was a bit of a weirdo that can't be trusted. I am truly disturbed.
Kavos says, what the actual fuck? So many fucking creeps and nunces out there. So fucking depressing. They deserve the absolute worst in life. Moving on to the quote tweets, Lawrence King says, if only there were some clues to stop this from happening. Rockcock64 says, never trust anybody that looks like this. Matt Walsh says, wow, really doesn't look like the type. Mowgli says, y'all ain't see this coming? Look at him. He looks like a bisexual pineapple. Cracking myself up right now. Justin Wang says, it's always the ones you'd never expect. Mr. Butt responds by saying, why this guy look like Player 2 Vosh? Dog-a-Lover replies, it's his Echo Fighter. The Quartering responds to Justin Wang by saying, if only there was some way to have identified this monster. Killing Harville responds, bro, not gonna lie. If you painted your hair and beard, you would look like him. Maloney Mac responds to Justin Wang by saying, I'm at the point where the more woke someone is, the more I think they're hiding something. Pudding Dealer responds to Justin by saying, some internet influencers be like, whoa, I'm on the internet? And people are looking at me? Only one thing left to do, groom children. Chris Raygun quote tweets the news and says, I had to see this today, so now you have to. I've never seen a more pedophile looking pedophile, you know what I mean? Lyle Rath responds, this is like the modern version of the birthday clown. Diego responds to the news by saying, yeah, he definitely did that shit. No grown man has a pink beard and isn't a child molester. Incognito Tab 3 says, what the fuck going on in gaming, man? Nate responds by saying, why are you acting surprised? To which Incognito responds, you want me to be desensitized to 10-year-olds getting raped? Nate responds, desensitized? My point is I'm sure it's happening way more than we know. It's sickening, but probably much more common than what becomes public. Plus, the dude literally has a purple beard. Zero responds to him by saying, just because it's becoming common, people are still allowed to be shocked, especially since this shouldn't be as common as it is at all. Jessica O'Donnell says, if only there had been warning signs. Greg Price says, It's always the ones you least suspect. Albino says, motherfucker hit random on character creation. Salty Cracker says, keep your kids away from anyone with Kool-Aid hair, especially in the beard. Weaponized Nerd Rage says, reset the clock! Balverk says, parents need to police their children online and make sure they avoid social media. You can't just put them in front of a tablet with YouTube or Twitch and forget about it. Willow says, I guess sometimes you really can judge a book by its cover. Roy Drones Jr. says, no judge, no jury, straight to execution. John Cardelio says, hope the cops and correctional officers let every inmate know what this freak did. Neil Anderson says, yeah, I could see that. New Poster says, oh man, this guy? You're telling me this guy raped children? Really? This guy? I mean, come on. This guy? No way. Not a guy that looks like this. General rule of thumb is if they would jump out at you in a lineup of possible pedophiles, as most certainly definitely a pedophile, you shouldn't leave your kid with them. Mudahar says, these allegations turn out to be true. Then man, I can safely say I was not fucking surprised this dipshit turned out to be one of the worst people on the planet. Gross. On a side note, how hard is it to just not fuck a kid? Ethan Klein responds to him by saying, James Charles? Internet Ajay says, why are so many creators pedophiles? It sickens me to my absolute core. Is it the power they want or a long-harbored fantasy? These people need professional help. It's wrong. They are ruining and scarring kids for life. All Caps Comics says, for a second, I thought this was that other dude. The one who threatened to rape his neighbor's dog in Texas. Why do they all look alike? Lilith Lovelet says, but he looked so unsuspecting. Masako Autimiko says, laughing my fucking ass off, he's going to Brazilian jail too. It's so over. Caleb says, when will they stop? Oh god. Riza says, why would any parent leave their child alone with this man? Sridhar Ramesh says, to protect yourself. It is important to understand what the suspect looks like. Please put on your 3D glasses now. Augie RC says, RaulZito picked the worst fucking hairstyle ever, cause in the 0.0001% chance he's innocent, no one's ever gonna believe that shit. Laughing my ass off. Nick Buckley says, child sex offenders rarely look like old men in dirty coats lurking near parks. They are bubbly, likable people who want to befriend you to get access to your child. Ask yourself why people promote trans kids, drag storytime, kids exposed to kink. Cause Ackerman says, new thumbnail for RaulZito. Fruity says, about the RaulZito case, I don't have that much to talk unless this image. Do what must be done. And that's about it for the tweets in regards to the Fortnite streamer RaulZito. Obviously he did a horrible thing, but it's pretty funny that the guy who did this ended up looking like that. Rest in peace to the few people who legitimately wanted to have a dyed pink beard and blue hair, because after this story, I feel like a lot of people would be looking at you more differently than they already would have. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe with notifications on, and thank you so much to my channel members for supporting the channel, in particular Scrubby, who's donated $100 a month. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in another video.